Hey guys, Crazy G-Man here. In this quick video, I'm just going to go through a quick fight I had on the Cold War Enigma server on the Syria map. I took off to do some light ground attack. I have some S-24A high explosive rockets attached. However, immediately upon taking off, there was a Tomcat in the vicinity, and so I'm trying to essentially avoid him, but he's already picking me up on radar. So I dropped my fuel tank a little bit early just to get myself a little bit faster and get myself up to speed. I'm still here trying to, do my ground attack mission. I kind of want to avoid the Tomcat, but right now, Tomcat player is basically hunting for me. I can hear his radar pinging me. I got the Overlord call that he's really close by, and so right now he sees me. Now he's moving in to engage. I'm getting picked up by radar, and so yeah, he's basically looking for me. Right now he's at pretty decent altitude. You can see over those rises pretty well. I'm trying to stay as low as I can to try to use the terrain to mask, but at that altitude he can still see me pretty well. You can kind of see me as a bit of a speck in the distance there if you look really, really hard. And so right about, I think here, yeah, here he turns on his birders. He's committed to the chase, and the fight is currently on. So I'm now, you can hear my RWR going crazy. I know I'm getting locked by him, so I know I need to get fast. I need to ditch these rockets. I can't fight this guy with these things hanging off of me, so I ditch them like that. And now I can get supersonic pretty easily. I gotta watch my speed in the MiG-21 because now with this loadout I can overspeed the jet, go above that 1350 indicated airspeed, which will flame out my engine, and I don't want that to be happening right now. So I'm just trying to keep myself as fast as possible and to run towards these hills in front of me. Now he jettisons his tanks too. I would have done it earlier, honestly. If you're gonna actually commit to chasing somebody down, you really need to reduce as much drag as you can. So he's now in full burner, and eventually he will outpace me. I think even with this loadout, he can get above 1350, which is my maximum indicated airspeed. So I'm going to use these canyons now to do as much as I can to shake him from me, to break that lock and to break visual line of sight, and then essentially turn around and re-engage him. Now, I'm not sure exactly how close he is. Well, I do have an idea because he's 8 kilometers. He's kind of stayed consistently at that. So I'm just going to use this hill here. I'm also trying to manage my speed. I almost went over 1350 there. So managed to cut it down and trying to hug these hills as much as I can. And it's really tricky. You gotta stay as low as you can, but you also gotta try to look for your opponent as you're swinging yourself back around. So I'm doing a quick call out for him right there. Trying to get Overlord to let me know where he is. There's gonna be a little bit of a delay with the Overlord call in terms of where his actual position is. So I'm taking that into account. So coming back around right now. I know I'm not quite there yet. Just gotta try to watch the terrain, but also look. Oh, I got pretty close to the ground there. So I got a merge call, so I know I'm close right now. So I'm just going to make sure to stay below to make sure he won't engage me and get a front aspect shot on me. And there I see him, and I'm behind him. This is exactly where I wanted to be. So I'm going to go out of plane a little bit just to cut this turn in a little bit tight, but still be able to retain my airspeed as I come back down again. And so far it looks like he's unaware of me. Now unfortunately I didn't change my myself from air-to-ground mode to air-to-air mode, so none of my missiles are on the right pylon, so my systems aren't using the right pylon to get the missile, so I'm cutting in close. He's decided to cut really sharp. He lost a lot of energy in that maneuver, trying to now dogfight, and I'm just staying a bit above him. I put out some takeoff flaps, and I did do a little bit wobble there, but the takeoff flaps allowed me to keep control of it. I am an emergency burner. I have been basically since I really committed to running. And so I managed to park right behind him. He's run out of all energy right now trying to do this dogfight, and I just quickly get him a quick burst of guns and take off his wing. So that's a good way to show how you can kind of like get the fight reversed. We'll break it down a little bit more just in the perspective. So I'm going to go again for an external. So here I almost overspeed, getting pretty close to that 1350 kilometer mark, as you can see. But now I'm like where I want to be. This is as good of a place as I can be to actually fight this Tomcat. Can't do it in flat terrain. He'll just get a missile off on me, and the chances of me being able to dodge it and then get into the merge is just too difficult. So again, keeping myself as low as I can, still going supersonic, so that's why I'm quiet right now, just because I'm at the front of the plane. So as I turn to the back, you'll hear it again. So I'm just trying to move, stay close to these hills, try to keep these hills as much as I can, because he might try to climb a bit, gain some altitude to see over them. And I'm just trying to say, ooh, got pretty close there, as I said. And now I'm just coming back around. I got the merge call. Just looking for him. There he is. Haven't seen him just quite yet. Now I see him. Bring the jet up. Try to keep that speed. This also, makes it a little bit more difficult for him to spot me, because he's currently, usually most people are kind of looking just two-dimensionally along their plane. Now you're coming in behind them. Now he cuts really, really sharp there. I would have just kept that speed. If he kept that speed going, there's no way I would have been able to catch him, and my R60s couldn't even dream of touching him at this point. So I'm coming back around, trying to keep that altitude, trying to keep this energy advantage over him. And I'm going to do that little wobble there, and my flaps do deploy there. But the flaps do help me retain control of that a little bit better. So now I've got more energy than him. He's just too heavy right now. He's just got too much of a loadout. I've just got 2 missiles and my guns. So I am lean and lethal. And there's 2 quick bursts, takes off the wing. That's all I need. There's no way he's going to recover from that, based on how slow he is and with the weight that he's carrying. So we'll do just kind of one last perspective from his take. So in chasing me, he did go over a Shilka site, so it did tag him a little bit. So I won't say that's not nothing, but obviously he still feels he's good enough to continue prosecuting this fight and running me down. So I've now disappeared into the cliffs. He can't see me. So he's now got a bit of dilemma. Now if I was him, I would just break off. This isn't worth trying to find a MiG in the canyons. It's just gonna, it's too easy to get it reversed on you. So he's slowing down, trying to wait for me to pop up. It's not necessarily a bad move, but like I said, I would have personally just broken off, because now if you slow down, if you need to get out of there fast, you don't have the speed to do it. So he's still currently trying to find me. He does have a Rio, so he's currently trying to use that Rio to look for me, but he's still unable to find me. This is very dangerous for him, because he has no idea where I am, or he has a vague idea with Overlord, but he doesn't know for sure where that is. He's not using his sensors. And in the Tomcat, a lot of players tend to rely a little too heavily on the sensors and don't keep their head out of the cockpit as much as they should. So here, I've already come up around. You can see me in the clouds there, coming up around, and he must get a call out from either the JTAC or Overlord, and he basically banks hard, really hard. And that's loses a lot of energy right there. He does put out some flares just in case a missile is coming, because he doesn't know how close I am behind him yet. And right now he's trying to, do this, but with that loadout with 4 Phoenixes, you don't want to dogfight. You just want to blow straight through any fight if you can, until you basically lose all 4 of those missiles. You can maybe do it with 2, but if you were low on fuel, but even then I wouldn't do that. So here he's run out of energy. There's nothing else he can do right now. And I just basically park behind him and shoot, and it's done. Well, hope you guys liked, and subscribe.